He's sleeping, but I guess I gotta find a way to get some fucking printers over here so I can print my own. I'm not in the mood for anything today. I'm not in the mood for anything.
We'll go.
Hello, Las Vegas. This is Rolando Larraz with Face the Tribune. If you have nothing to worry about, if you have not done anything wrong, you are welcome to face the Tribune. Otherwise, the Tribune is going to face you. And this is it for now. Today, it is with me is my co-host and Mr. Producer, Mr. Clark Philly. Clark Philly with.
Good afternoon.
And you know, these people, I don't understand why. I got a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about it, but I forgot what I did with. So I'm gonna invent what I want to talk about it. But first of all, I wanted to make sure that the people realize that these Democrats and some Republicans are doing their best to make Donald Trump look bad. Donald Trump never said that he don't like heroes, that he don't like people that serve in the armed forces, and he don't talk about those things. He's talking about the what do you call those people that they come here to kill us? ISIS, no? What do you call
Terrorists.
that? Terrorists. No, they got another name.
Oh.
But
Liberals?
well, besides liberals, I'm talking about the Muslims. The Muslims that come here to kill us. Not the Muslims that are here because they love this country like I do love this country. I'm not from here, but I am not here to be the enemy of the country. I am the enemy of some governments or some people that want to be in the government and control us, dictatorships. I am not for that either. But the Muslims that Donald Trump is talking about is the ones that come here to damage us, to hurt us, to do bad things to us, you know, and behaving that way. The Democrats and the Republicans that are against Donald Trump, like Paul Ryan, you know, he had the audacity and he had he's so piece of trash that the guy that is the nominee for the Republican Party, his party, go to his estate and he don't have the decency to welcome him, even if it's only for 3 minutes. Hello, Mr. Trump, welcome to Wisconsin, and leave. You know, I'm sorry, I got other things to do. You know, but no, him and what's the other guy, Walker, they didn't show up over there at all. What did that show? What did that tell us? That people like Hillary Clinton and people like Obama and people like all those Democrats, Harry Reid, how did that, it make them feel happy? That's what you want, Paul Ryan? You want to please Obama and Clinton and Reid and Pelosi? That's what you want? Are you a Democrat or you are a Republican? Make up your mind, Paul Ryan, because so far you show to be a piece of trash. With all my respect to the U.S. Senate from Wisconsin, I'm telling you, you are a piece of trash. You know, I don't understand.
What's wrong with those people? And then like Boehner, you know, what was wrong with him? What's wrong with these people? They just,
Yeah, but Boehner is not from Wisconsin.
it doesn't matter. They
Donald
was in
Trump,
the same position.
Donald Trump is in Wisconsin today. You
Right.
know,
But I just
bothers-
don't get it. These people are just in space somewheres. What is it that they want? Destruction of America? Are they that fearful of Trump over an Obama or a Hillary? It's just
I don't understand why it has to understand why. You know, all in the United States of America, we don't need to be having one journalist group and one another journalist group. You know, I don't believe in that. It's like the Latin Chamber of Commerce and the Urban Chamber of Commerce. Why? Make sure it have their own little delegation to take care of the special need for those groups. You know, I never understood why it has to be. I understand having a Spanish newspaper. I don't have it anymore. I thought I was not doing a service to the Spanish community by putting a Spanish newspaper, but assuming that the other people don't know how to read the Spanish and they want to have a Spanish newspaper, it's a different language, you know. I don't understand why it has to be that division, that dividing all groups different. We are all here, we're supposed to be all Americans. That's the way I look at it. You know, I'm not in the mood today.
Well, you have to have a cause so you can raise money. It's all about money. You can't have an American group. What's the reason to raise money? If you have this group or that group, they have to raise money to have the group. So it's all just wealth distribution, I guess. Right? An excuse.
It's like, look at the Latin Chamber of Commerce. I hate to talk about them because I am Hispanic and I am Latino, and I hate to attack my own people. But look at them. They don't do nothing for the Spanish community. All the members, the majority of the members, not all the members, the majority of the members are the hotels and the strip and the American businesses that want to pandering to the Latino community, to make it look good, to be able to deduct that whatever fee is, you know. I don't know, because I belong to the Latin Chamber of Commerce when they first opened, and in 6 months I resigned from the Latin Chamber of Commerce.
What did it cost to join?
Back then, I don't remember.
But it cost something, right?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but I don't know if I did pay. Maybe because I was a newspaper. I don't remember. It was, I don't know, 40 years ago. You know, I saw an article the other day that guy has wrote 2 articles about the Latin Chamber of Commerce, 2 articles in 1 month. 2 articles in 1 month, making look like they are God gift to the world. You know, he lied in this last article, lied completely. Otto Merida did not founded the Las Vegas Latin Chamber of Commerce. The Latin Chamber of Commerce was founded, was created, was built in the Cuban club. It was called the Círculo Cubano, and the architect Arturo Cambeiro and Agustin Menendez, the president of the Círculo Cubano, and Otto wasn't even in the United States yet. Otto was not even in the United States, or not in Las Vegas anyway. And when he got here, he started working for the city of Las Vegas in a program called CITA, comprehensive training, something, I forgot what it was, you know. And now this guy, Butkin, his name is, with the review journal, the journal always misleading the people, misleading the Russian newspaper we here. And in this area, complete, you know, they pretend to be against Harry Reid, but they kiss Harry Reid's feet, you know. They pretend to be there. I tell you the truth, I thought that the Review Journal was going to change with the Addison taking over the newspaper, but it's worse.
It has changed.
It's worse. They don't have people that live in the paper anymore. You have to call every morning. Every morning you have to call. Where's my paper? Where's my paper? My neighbor always complaining about. I laugh every time I see him doing that. My paper didn't come in today. And then when he called in, oh, by the way, you cannot call after 10 o'clock in the morning. So if you are a dealer or a waiter or a janitor and you finish your shift at 4 o'clock, you know, you better watch for that paper before, because if you go to sleep and get up at 11 o'clock and the paper is not over there in the floor under your car, because they don't even have the decency to put them in an obvious, noticeable place. No, they throw the paper under the car. After 10 o'clock, they don't answer the phone. You have to wait until the next day. The people that handle the delivery are in Phoenix, Arizona. Do you realize that? Do you know that?
It never even occurred to me that that could be possible.
Well, they are. It's called Jetter, Jatter, I think it is. It's a delivery company. They are rude. They are unprofessional. They are nasty. They're disrespectful. You know. I was listening, not my neighbor, but I listening to another person. I was happened to be there that morning. I think it was almost lunchtime, and I don't know why I was there in that house, and he was calling some guy named Luis, some woman named Pura, some woman named Tina, all Spanish names. I don't know if they're legal in the country or not, but you know, it looks like they use the Mexicans or the Spanish people. It's not only, the Mexicans are not the only one. That's another thing that we have. The Mexican group in this town. We got all the groups. We got Hondurans, Salvadorians, Puerto Rican, Cubans, we got everything else. Why is the infatuation of the American government with the Mexican people? I don't understand. It is irritated, you know. Look at the telephone company. You can call Mexico. Well, I'm not from Mexico. I'm not going to call anybody in Mexico. Why do I need to call Mexico for? It doesn't make any sense. You know, they are completely, that's why the Mexican people are as arrogant as they are. Because they know that they got the American people and the American government, local, county, state, whatever, they got the American politicians by the balls. They grab them by the balls. That's why they are so arrogant, demanding. They don't need to demand anything. They hear illegal. Don't call me illegal. I'm undocumented. No, you are illegal. And it doesn't make any sense, for Christ's sake. You know. Then they go there, they parade, and they right away they put the American. Look at the. I think it was in Wisconsin or Illinois somewhere. They were protesting against Donald Trump, and they were burning the American flag and they had the Mexican flag waving. You saw that in TV?
Yeah, it
I
was
wasn't
outside
there.
of
I wasn't there, but I
one
mean,
of Hillary's things, wasn't it? She was giving a speech somewhere and they were burning the American flag outside.
yeah. Today she said that the first thing she's gonna do is
That black Mexican conference that she was at, they were burning the American
Today?
flag outside, yeah.
oh really? I didn't see that, but no, that was I saw it about a week or two.
Well, they've always been burning them.
Yeah.
You know, that's what America's
Maybe
turned
there
into.
was running the tape from that day, but
Oh, okay. it could be.
yeah, I don't think the journalist will be that ignorant.
Oh, what?
I don't think.
Oh, my God.
Black journalists or Latino. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they are that ignorant as to be burning the American. To me, anybody that burn the American flag should not be here. I don't care who it is. They can be from Green Bay, Wisconsin. If they burn the American flag, I will take them out of here. You know, that's the way I feel about the flag of any country. You know, but I don't know. I cannot understand why it has to be that way. Why do we have to be so submissive to people from another country? This is the only country that doesn't have a border.
Yeah.
They talking about immigration reform. We don't need to reform anything, Mr. President, Mrs. County Commissioner, whatever. We don't need to. Well, the county commissioner have no voice on immigration anyway. But you know, immigration reform. We don't need to reform anything. What we need to do is implement. And
Don't forget that word comprehensive. That's a word they like. Makes
Yeah,
it sound
yeah.
comprehensive.
Yeah, but I'm not a Democrat, so I
Oh.
don't need to use comprehensive. You know,
Yeah,
that's for you guys.
They don't even know what the word means and they love to throw it out.
Yeah,
We need comprehensive.
you know, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You know, we have immigration laws. Let's enforce it. You know.
But the Democrat vote base will go down if we do that. They might lose power.
Hillary Clinton was saying today that she's planning to register 3 million people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that many people in the cemetery, but
She must have gotten the names from someplace. How do you know 3 million? How do you know you're going to register 3 million? The list came in from the cemetery. Has 3 million names on it. I don't know how you do that.
I tell you, I never seen anybody so despicable.
Oh, she just makes me crawl.
I never seen anybody so cynical.
And what does she say?
Eh?
She never says anything. She says stuff, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just all talking points. It's just garbage. I'm going to create millions of jobs. Okay, how? Well, she's going to raise taxes, and then she's going to do public service projects. So that's taxpayer money. That's not creating any jobs, but at a taxpayer expense.
Well, it's my opinion. It's my opinion that the government is not there to create jobs. That's my opinion.
Well, they have to enact policies that help to create jobs, not hurt jobs. And the Democrat policies hurt jobs. They're anti-jobs. Like the minimum wage used to be a minimum wage. Now it has to be a living wage. Where do these words come from? Who says we have to have a living wage? What is that? I can understand maybe a minimum wage. I have a hard time
But
with
you
that.
know, when
Go work.
I know it's been 60, 50, 40 years when I came here, you know, but when I came here, being a And I don't even know if McDonald's existed 60 years ago.
What existed? McDonald's?
Yeah, do they?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you have all this job with minimum wage. It was just a standby. So you can either go to school and learn something, or, it was not to live out of the.
A family of 4. I mean, what? Ah, Jesus Christ.
Normally those jobs were for school kids.
Yeah.
You go to Burger King, McDonald's, all those places, that was for
They
kids.
were like your first job.
Yeah.
Entry
Yeah.
level.
It's like in Las Vegas, a lot of people got their first job at Circus. They go to work at Circus because they got those games and they got, I know, I don't, I figured that, but anyway, now they want you to support your family with a $10 an hour job. Where are you going to get that? That's the mistake. That's the erroneous thing to think about. That don't make you too intelligent when you do that.
Everything the progressive liberals propose has the opposite effect of what they say it's going to do. Obamacare, perfect example. Going to lower your insurance rates. What happens? They go up dramatically. They triple.
I know a guy that paying $1,400, I think it is, or $1,600.
Wayne Allen Root says, my hero, he was paying $500 and some a month when Obamacare.
Oh, you was listening just to the show.
And now it's $1,720 a month. So it's gone up triple.
How can people pay that?
They can. And the ones that can't, they get subsidies from the government, depending on your amount of income. So it's all phony. Everything is phony. It's all just a bunch of crap. Nothing's real. Washington numbers are all phony numbers. Unemployment rate, 4.7%. There's 90-something million people looking for work. There's only 220 or 30 million people in the workforce. How can 90 million be looking for work and we have a 4.7% unemployment rate? This is stupid. And this is reported. How can you even report that? That's a joke.
Yeah.
It's like me saying, well, the real unemployment rate's 130%. How can you even say that? What do you mean it's 130%? How do you get over 100%? How do you get 4.7?
The whole country is unemployed.
Well, it's more than that, but you can put out the number. There's 130% unemployment. Okay. And 47% of the people are going to believe it. Because some supposed news source says it?
Well, if the government is allowed to lie that way, maybe we should tell people that all our telephone lines are busy, but we don't answer in the phone right now because it's too much work. So all 10 lines are ringing. People wanted to call in and participate in this radio show. We got 140% of people of this country, 140% of these people listening to our radio show.
We got that figure right from Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
About a half an hour ago it came in.
Yeah. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
The government can lie, but we cannot lie. I always said that. This have nothing to do with politics, but indirectly it does. The police go to work undercover and they can lie.
Yeah.
But the people they are investigating also exaggerate, and then they use it against them in court.
Yeah, it's pathetic. Yeah, you can go to court these days and you can see the lawyers are just lying. The judges don't do a damn thing about it. They lie too. It's just the whole country is completely upside down. We have allowed these so-called leaders, which is a joke. Like I said, everything's upside down. If you have a title that you're a leader, you're not a leader. I mean, everything is opposite of what they prepare it to be. Every single thing is opposite. We're really letting ourselves get out of shape here. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. The liberal progressives have had a policy for years now, decades, where their goal was to dumb down the education process, so we became a bunch of dummies. And the reason that they do that is because the Democratic whole mentor is a falsehood. It's all lies. So they need you to be dumb so you believe their lies. And then you elect them. And that's their base. That's how they stay in power. Through lies and deceit and malfeasance and everything else. They're just a bunch of liars. And we have a liar now running that's never been anyone like her run for president. Oh, first woman president, great. Not that woman, for God's sakes, you know. Oh, the worst candidate ever. And look at the Democratic entire party, 100% behind her. And she's a criminal. How about Paul Ryan? How about how about Mitt Romney? How about them getting behind with the same enthusiasm? For once, the Democrats can get behind an absolute criminal.
It's a shame.
Donald Trump at war with the Muslims. Well, what are you talking about? Everything is a distortion. And I listen to Fox News now. They're getting worse by the day. Everything is distorted. The adjectives that they use describing Trump, you know, he's crashing. What was the expression they used? Tumbling. Oh my God. You know, it's like he's crashing and burning. All the controversy in his campaign. He fired 2 people. Oh my God, it's falling apart. One of them was in charge of conventions. The convention's over. He doesn't need him anymore. So he lets him go.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? It's falling apart. Campaign's falling apart. But he hired 50 people. He let 2 go and hired 50. What's reported is he let 2 go. So he's crashing and burning.
So what did they want it for them those 2 people to be transferred to another position? Maybe they don't want to be transferred. Maybe they don't want to be transferred. Maybe they are not capable to do the other job.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's not crashing and burning. They put a false spin on everything. You know, I thought Fox News was supposed to be fair and balanced. Well, they're not anymore. I mean, I can't even listen to CNN. That is so out there, like Chris Matthews and people like that. Oh my God, they're pathetic. Remember Mr. Thrill Up His Leg over Obama? How'd that work out for you, Chris? You know, you lying bastard. What a pathetic 8 years we've just had. And now we're entertaining Clinton? Another Clinton? After the first one? As Judge Perino calls him, Bull Clinton. Heard that one today, Bull, the Hillary and Bull show. That convention was pathetic. And you hear on Fox News, they're reporting what a great convention that was, the Democratic convention. It was a fraud. And they're calling it just great. You know, Trump's was just out of control, nothing, very dark, very, very bad convention, very bad. But the Hillary, positive, what a great convention. Full of bull is what it was. Oh, my most favorite memory of my lovely wife is her on all fours putting contact paper in Chelsea's dresser drawer when we moved her in this den. You make me throw
said that?
up.
For real?
Yes. Where were you at? That's the most favorite memory of his wife. Putting contact paper in a drawer. Who in the hell would ever believe that falsehood? My God. And then Chelsea. When I would come home from the dinner table, the first thing my mom and dad would want to know is what happened at school that day. That's the first important thing. Oh, what a nice family. You sure your last name's not Cleaver? You know? What a joke. It's sickening. It's so fraudulent, it's sickening.
Oh my gosh.
Bill wasn't even at dinner. He was out chasing Anita Broderick or somebody. You know? Paula Jones. He wasn't home for dinner. Jesus, what a bunch of liars. Oh, that nice little brick home. You remember that home you liked, that little brick house?
Oh,
Yeah.
in Arkansas?
Well, I bought it, so you're going to have to marry me now. What a bunch of bozo jerk-offs these people are. And that's something to say at a convention?
But it's not their fault. You cannot blame them. The people that believe that. The people, the citizens, the human beings that live here, and they are eating that trash.
Yeah.
They are feeding that trash and eating that trash.
What color dress did Kim Kardashian wear today? Who the hell gives a crap? You know, but those are the type of people you're talking about. That's the base of the Democrat Party. Kardashians. That's their whole makeup. You know, the people's brain is full with so much superfluous data, they don't have any room for intelligence thoughts. They can't think anymore. They've been completely brainwashed in a mush. It's pathetic. I don't know what the solution is. Cut off 47% of their heads, transplant them, I don't know. It's serious, serious business. When you have a party, that's one of the problems. But when you have an organization whose goal is to dumb down America, and we allow a party to exist like that, their goal is anti-American. And they can exist in this country? They're cockroaches. We have to exterminate them. Or we'll never get ahead.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
I cannot believe that those things are happening. I know, and then you got pieces that I don't know, human trash, if that's the right word to say, but you know, these people, and John McCain, Paul Ryan, all these people, I don't know about Christie yet, but you know, and Ted Cruz, all these people that are supposed to be so honorable Republicans, and they are completely, they acting like a Democrat.
Yeah, what happens to them? Why do we become one party like that? And it's a despicable party. Why do we morph into that? I don't get it. Why don't we morph into common sense and reality? We morph the wrong way. I don't get it. People are that dumb. I don't know. Maybe there's a silent majority that's still out there that's getting ready to pull the lever for Donald Trump. They just don't say they are. Maybe they'll show up in droves. 62% more Republicans turned out in the nomination process than ever before. Donald Trump was running against 16 other people, and he got more votes than any Republican ever has, with a field as cluttered as that. How do you get more votes than any Republican? And you have 16 share all the votes? That's phenomenal. What if he was only running against one or two other people? What would he have got, 120% of the votes? I mean, you know, it's phenomenal.
And they make everything is a tragedy, everything is, you know, I don't understand why are we even have the media insulting the people, and we eating all that trash. We eating all the trash that they feed us. You know, it's not the normal thing to do. You know, why? You know. I don't know. I think if we don't wake up, America, if we don't wake up, we are going to go down the drain. Believe me, we are going to be down
What
the
have we
drain.
been doing for the last 8 years?
We're going to be open borders. We are going to have no jobs. We are going to have nothing to look forward, nothing to live for our children's in the future, nothing. This is going to be the laughing stock of the universe. You know, if you really love your country, if you really love being an American, you better wake up and you better come to an understanding that you have to take a stand. You need to do it. Otherwise, we are going to be destroyed like gazurnis, you know.
Doesn't the record mean anything? Can't people look at the facts? Like, what have we accomplished in the last 8 years? Nothing. We've gone backwards. We haven't gone forward at all. Now, if you're a baseball team, what do you go by at the end of the year is the standings. Where do you stand? What is your record? What have we accomplished in 8 years? With the Democrats in power in the administration. What have we accomplished? Nothing. Everything that the guy's done is 180 degrees in the wrong direction. And we have the results to show for it. Just look at the results. Do you think we can afford 8 more years of that crap? God. Just look. Wake up.
No, unbelievable, unbelievable.
And what does Obama put out there? We've saved millions of jobs. Everything's a misquote. What does that mean? I've never heard that before his administration. How do you take credit for saving a job?
Because when you don't give it out, you saving it. You put them in the drawer. That's what he's saving the job. There's no jobs out there to people to grab. So he's saving it for himself. Maybe he want to get all those jobs, those million jobs, for him when he get out of the White House. If he get out of the White House. If he get out of the White House. Then I'm still thinking that he might have a surprise for the American people. You know, it is scary, my friend. It is very, very scary. You know, we need to do something, otherwise they're gonna do us, you know.
I can't even fathom in any stretch of the imagination a Nurse Ratched in charge of this country. I just can't understand it for a second. Coming from one of the most corrupt administrations ever, the Clinton administration was just a bunch of liars. Gates, I think 40 scandals. How do you survive when you're a president? 40 scandals. I mean, where are the Bush scandals? Where are the Reagan scandals? You know, would they make Contra some kind of a scandal on Reagan? What did Obama just do with his $40 million shipment, $400 million shipment in the middle of the night to Iran? And now they're claiming, the big news story today is Trump claims he saw a video of that plane. I've seen it myself. They were playing it all night. The one guy walking down the steps with a plaque. What is that if that's not a video? It's a video. But they're saying he falsely reported a video of the plane landing or whatever, you know.
No, I didn't hear that part.
Oh yeah.
I hear about the 400 million.
You're not hearing it on the news, the lead story.
Unmarked bills.
Yeah. It's money laundering. Because they can't, there's some friggin' law or something. I don't know if laws mean anything, but you couldn't give them American dollars. So they had to launder the money into other currencies.
Wow.
But that's part of, he disclosed all that back in January. This is old news. That's behind us. That's the greatest Democrat I hear lawyers say that, well, that's all behind us now. No, it's not. But that's their famous, they love to distort things. Well, that's all behind us now. Let me tell you something, nothing's behind until it's over, okay? That bank that stopped payment on a cashier's check, their lawyer, we consider this matter closed. Oh, really? I give you $1.5 million in cash, you give me a check, and you're not honoring the check, and you consider the matter closed? So that's it? That's it? You consider it closed? And you say you're a lawyer? Where were you educated? How can one person say that's it? It's not it till both parties say that's it. You moron! What kind of lawyer are you? God damn.
Yeah.
People gotta think everybody else is stupid, because they're stupid.
How many cashier's checks that you know has been stop payment?
I don't know of any one that the courts have not made the bank pay on. I cannot find one, except my case, that the courts have not backed it up. Not one.
In the whole United
Published,
States.
published. Right, and it never has been a case go to the Supreme Court of the United States. Because the circuits, before you get to the Supreme Court, have all ruled right. If you have a cashier's check and the bank doesn't pay it, you take them to court. Now, the first court you go to may get it wrong. Some of these lower courts are run by morons. Okay, they may get it wrong. So you appeal it. Okay, the appeal court usually will get it right. If not, it ends up going to a U.S. Circuit Court, and they always get it right.
Yeah.
They always get it right. And there's some circuit courts that have never heard a case. The First Circuit, which takes care of New Hampshire, New York, I think, Maine, Vermont maybe, and Puerto Rico. Out of all those states, there's only one First Circuit matter that they heard was out of Puerto Rico. So there's never been a cashier's check from New Hampshire that's gone to that level of the courts. Never. I've talked to 4 presidents of banks in New Hampshire. They've never heard of someone stopping payment on a cashier's check. It can't be done. No, it's a cashier's check. How do you stop cash? And that's one of the rulings come down from the courts. And most of them will always refer to the fact that cashier's checks have cash equivalent. So how do you stop it? You can't take cash back once it's given. How do you stop it? The bank was paid cash for it. Now their responsibility, their obligation, is to pay whoever has that check the cash back. All that is a piece of paper saying it's as good as cash. That's all it is. You can't stop it unless you're Judge Alan Earl and you're trying to steal the money to give it to lawyers. How can you steal money from a trust? Think of the morality of that. It's obscene. You go to the FBI. What about this? Well, you got it in court, so you'll win. What do you want from us? So you're going to win. No, how about a crime being done? The bank robber stole the money from the bank. Well,
who tell you that? The FBI?
The FBI. You're going to win.
But when? 6 years from now?
Yeah, well, I won, but they're not reading it like I won. So they're parsing words. Everybody on the other side says I lost. No, read the ruling. It's not that. There was a breach.
I always said that justice is blind. She don't
It's
see
not
what
blind.
she doesn't see what's happening.
It subverts. They subvert the law.
Oh my God!
If you're a lawyer, your whole makeup is maybe you're a criminal lawyer. You have to get your clients off. Or not here, it's a bargain for them. Take a lesser, whatever. But before, you used to have to subvert the law. If your client is guilty, you had to get around that somehow. You had to find some excuse, some technicality, some way to get them off.
Yeah.
So it's all a distortion. The whole system is absolutely, like everything else in the country, it's upside down. How can you justify a cashier's check not being paid? And the only way that they could pull that off, they said it was lost. The same time this judge was saying the check is lost, he's trying to have me arrested for not giving him the check. Does that sound like lost? It's absurd. How stupid can this places be?
Oh my
How much
God.
do you want to bet, Judge? You want to bet $10 million that the check's not lost? Put up your goddamn money, you moron. How can you sign an order saying the check's lost? And you're a judge? How can that Judge Jones is sitting in jail? Well, how did Judge Earl not do worse crime than that guy? He was involved in a scam. He was using the color of his office
But let me ask
to
you,
give
let
credibility.
me ask you something. Let me ask you a question here now. Can you press charges against him?
Who's gonna press charges?
You're the victim.
I can't press I can ask someone to press charges. It's an authority that can file charges. How do I file a charge? Don't you have to go through the DA? Don't you have to
You
go?
need to go to the police station and file, this guy stole $1.5 million from me.
I went to the FBI. I'm gonna
But
win.
that's not the FBI jurisdiction. You have to go to the police station.
Well, I think when you do an internet across the state
Yeah, I
lines,
understand, but you know, when the government want to get rid of their responsibility, they blame it on the jurisdiction. So
Oh, sure.
in order for you to get something done,
they'll tell me it's a civil matter. They'll tell
it's
me
a
it's a
civil matter.
It's a civil matter.
It is not a civil matter.
I tell them, all right, I'm a 7-Eleven store. I own a 7-Eleven. Guy comes in and robs me. Okay? I have a camera. I play back the tape. I know that guy. He lives right over there. He comes in the store all the time. Well, he came in today with a gun and he robbed me. So you go to the police, arrest the guy. Well, no, you have to get a lawyer and you have to civilly sue him. Same thing.
No, it cannot be. No. You're wrong. If you rob a store, you committed a crime. You gotta go.
What's the difference of them robbing me on a cashier's check? Saying, but through fraud, that it's lost. It's not lost. That's a freaking crime. File charges. Oh, it's a civil matter. That's what they'll say, just like jurisdiction. They have these words.
Well, okay, assuming it's a civil matter, can you sue George Earl?
I'm about to, but I have to get the courts out of the way first. I have to get this Gephardt to make his ruling, which will be an illegal ruling, another illegal ruling.
Right.
Once that's done, everything will be done. Now what I do is I turn around, I sue the bank, and I sue the state of Nevada under a RICO action, which is a racketeering, influence, corrupt organization. Because the bank knew the check wasn't lost, as did the court knew the check wasn't lost. That's a federal crime, and it's a very serious crime. Because it's treble damages, it's also punitive damages.
It is a serious crime anywhere else, not in Nevada, not in
Well, but it's a federal crime. How about in the United States?
I don't care if it's federal or not. The FBI will not do anything in Las Vegas. They will not touch. I know this lady that went over to the FBI to file a complaint against, I don't know who was it, the governor, the sheriff, the county commissioner, I don't know, I can't remember who was it. And the FBI agent that was taken, luckily the lady was going with her lawyer. The FBI reached across the desk and told her, don't come here and, I don't know, talk bad about Nevada government or something like that. I can't.
What is the...
This is years ago, so I don't know.
What is the marriage between a federal agency like the FBI and a state like Nevada? What is that connection there?
Well,
different.
this is not, I don't have any positive answer to give you. This is what I assume. Most of the FBI agents that retire, they go to work.
So they're pre-bond.
Right.
Yeah,
they go to work as chief of security or chief of corporate security or director of security. They create.
So if they get a reputation that they uphold the law, then nobody would want them.
They create a name for that. Director of security, director of this, director of that, and that's what it is. They don't want. Besides, who knows? Maybe they even are afraid to to go against that's the only car that I cannot see stopping the horn.
Yeah, it's
I don't know why. I don't know what
it's
kind
like
of car.
an alarm, you know, you
I
if
don't
someone's
know what
stealing
kind
your
of car is it.
Because if a thief is stealing your car, how do you stop the alarm? That alarm would be no good.
This is not an alarm. This is
Oh,
a horn. This is a
okay.
horn.
Oh, okay.
The horn, the hurt. So.
Well.
But anyway, I'd like to remind everybody that hopefully next Friday I will have the honor to have here Kevin Williams, a candidate for Clark County seat, and he is going to talk about his plans when he win the candidate. He's going to be able to tell us what his ideas are for the county. I don't know if exactly what district he's on, but I believe part of the district is the strip, so maybe we can talk him into tell us a little bit. Maybe he got a plan. He's a very intelligent young man. Then he can create something that is good. It's not creating like Metro detective, former Metro detective Dave Callas, when he was forcing people to snitch. Well, that's a lie. Well, call it whatever you want, but you can create, you can fabricate, you can, that's only David Callas. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not a detective anymore. He's a drug dealer now. He sells marijuana over there. He got a fancy place with chandeliers and everything else with somebody else's money. But that's the way it is. Somebody else's money, and that's the way all these people work, with somebody else's money. They never put their money where their mouth is. That's David Callas, the former Metro detective with narcotics and intelligence. He was one of the clique, and the clique. Then
Well, what's Judge Bixler doing these days?
he's selling drugs.
Another drug dealer.
Yeah,
Nice.
But Josh Bixler never claimed to be a saint. He didn't claim to be. Now, he never abused anybody. In my opinion, he never did accuse anybody. He was retiring and he found another line of work. Drug dealer. That's a job like any other job. It's not. It's not the job that Metro tells you that you are a drug dealer. Metro don't bring the 2 kilos of cocaine and put them in your drawer. That's a different story. That's a different story, but that's not the way it is anymore. This is a story for another show. I thank you for listening. My name is Rolando Larraz, and I stand behind every word I said over here. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America, and God bless our troops.